All right. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Wednesday Night Yin. Whether you're here in the studio or you're at home watching us, we have a great class. Get nice and relaxed. Everybody here is on their backs. That's where you're going to be too if you're at home. All right, just let yourself lay on your back. You can extend your legs. You can take them long. Quinn's watching. Hey, Quinn. Wave to you. Other people will probably jump on in a second. I'm filming tonight on my phone. It's different. I usually do it on my iPad. So hopefully it's all good. All right, you guys are laying on your backs. You're going to take your first few moments just to arrive. Let your focus come to your breath. It's yin tonight, right? We're going to stretch out. It's not necessary to control your breath as much. But you want to notice your breath. Observe your breath. Let your breath push all the distractions out. One of the best things yoga does for us, any type of yoga, whether it's yin or other else of flow or restorative, right? Help us bring awareness to our body. Help us become more aware of our body. Let's put it that way. Right? So you know what's going on with your body at any time. When you bring your focus to your breath and you push all those other distractions out, right? You're just left with yourself and your body. Let that awareness come. Going through a whole yin practice will bring it out too. Always know at the end of yin, parts of you are feeling really great, working really great. What parts of you need a little more help? So let that awareness come to your breath. Let that awareness come to your body as you arrive here. Take a couple more breaths here. Once we're ready, once we feel like we've arrived, we're going to start to move. Now we're going to do a combination tonight. We'll do some things lying down, we'll do some things standing up, we'll do some things from our knees or from seated. We're going to work both the upper body and lower body. We're going to start with a little lower body here. So you're on your back. All you're going to do, right, take your left leg, extend it all the way long. This is not all the way on camera here. And then take your right leg and just take it straight up to the side. Right? So I want you to really flex your right foot, let those toes come back by your face. You're going to take your hands low around your right leg, right? So you're not trying to reach up for your foot. Come just to your thigh, right? Wrap your hands around. What we're going to do here first We're just going to climb the mountains. You're just going to go hand over hand. You're going to walk up a little bit higher along your leg, letting your head and shoulders lift as you walk your hands higher up your leg. That leg comes a little closer to you. You're letting your head and shoulders peel off the mat, bringing your nose and your knees towards each other. We're not actually going to touch each other unless you're super flexible. It's okay, right? And then from there, walk it back down. Let yourself lay all the way back down. Bring your hands to their high on your thigh again. All right? We're going to do that 2 more times just to start to open up the leg, start to wake up our body. So again, you're going to climb the mountain, walk it out, and then you're going to take it back down. One more time, climb the mountain here. And then walk it back down. As you come all the way back down here. Now, just keep holding around your thigh. Maybe if it feels better now to grab behind your knee or up on your calf, you can do that. We're going to take our toes, point them towards the ceiling. Now, instead of flexing them back towards your face, right? Feel how that opens up the top of your ankle. And then start to make little circles with your foot. Just make 3 or 4 circles one direction. And then come to a stop. Now make 3 or 4 circles the other direction. Now come to a stop. Now I really want you to flex your foot again like we did before, right? Really push that heel towards the ceiling, bring the toes back towards your face. And then from here we're just going to flex, and then we're going to point. Push your toes up as high as you can right towards the ceiling. Then flex again. Push your heel toward the ceiling. Just do that a couple times, just going back and forth. Point, flex, point, flex. Do that 3 more times. And the next time you let that foot flex, right? Just bend into your knee. Right? Hug that right knee into your chest, just for a breath. And then we're going to switch sides. You're going to let that right leg go all the way along. Take your left leg, kick it up to the sky. And again, once you get here, you're really going to flex that left foot, push your left heel up towards the ceiling, bring your toes toward your face, and then grab high on your left thigh. Right? And we're going to climb the mountain 3 times here. So you just go hand over hand, walking up as high as you can. When it starts to get tall, maybe it starts to get tall, it starts to get hard, it starts to feel like you're doing more of a workout than anything else, right? That's where you want to stop. You just want to stop at a place where it feels nice and gentle, bringing your nose and your knees towards each other, feeling that opening in your hamstring. And then walk it back down. Right? So I just want you to do that 2 more times. You climb the mountain. Maybe you're getting a little higher this time. And then walk it back down. One more time. Climb the mountain. And then walk it back down. And as we come back down here, now you're going to bend into your left knee. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep it up, so we've got to do those circles, right? So keep your hands high on your left thigh. Now you're going to really point your left toes, right? Then you're going to make your circles. Just go one direction 3 or 4 times. And then go 3 or 4 circles the other direction. And now really flex that foot. Push your heel towards the ceiling, toes back towards your face. See how that feels, right? And then you point it. Put your toes as high as the sky as you can. Keeping your leg nice and straight the whole time. Just flex, point, flex, point. Do that 3 more times. And then from there, now you're going to bring it to a stop, right? Bend into your knee. Now we're going to hug the left knee into the chest, just for a breath. All right, and then from there, take your right leg in to join it. So now you've got both legs hugged in into your chest. Take your hands here to the crease of your knees, and then just let yourself rock up to a seated position. Now, we're going to come around here into tabletop. All right? So that's hands and knees pose. You can get your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Just do a couple cat-cows at first to open up the spine as you inhale. Lift your chin up to the sky, tuck your tailbone under, let your belly drop, that's cow pose as you exhale. Tuck your chin to your chest, round out your back, hollow out your armpits, that's cat pose. And just keep moving here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Find a rhythm there. Just take your breath and match your movements to it. Right? Rather than trying to control your breath, just find that place where your body matches your breath. All right, now eventually we're going to meet back here in neutral tabletop. Now this time, as you come to neutral tabletop, I want you to take your hips and just bump them over to the right. And then take your gaze over your right shoulder. Right? So we're looking to see if you can see your hips hanging out there. Right? So your shoulders are staying right over your hips, but your hips come to the right side of your knees. You can hold it for about 5 more breaths. Stretching out your neck, stretching out your hips, stretching out that back a little bit. And then you're going to bring those hips back to center. Now we're going to take that the other way. So you're going to let your hips bump to the left. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. Now bring it back to center. All right, so now we're back here to our tabletop. What we're going to do here, you're going to take your right leg and extend it long behind you. I'm going to come up here a little bit more so you guys can see my whole right leg. I'm going to extend it long, and I'm pressing back. I'm pressing back into my right heel. Right, so my toes are on the mat, my heel's lifted, my heel's going towards the back of the room. Right, so you feel that opening in your right calf. That's what we're going for. So you're going to hang out here 5 breaths. One more breath just right here. Pushing that heel back. Now, you're going to lift up that right leg. And then you're going to take it, you're going to sweep it across. Drop your right toes down outside your left calf. Right? Really press those right toes into the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Right? That's what's going to keep you stable here. Right, I just realize I'm facing this way. But it's okay, right? What I want you to do, if it feels okay, take your left hand and start to reach it towards the back of the room. Oh man, I was doing this that way. I'm here. My right leg. So it's more like this. Which comes there. Let's see. Now if that feels like too much and not something you can hold for another 4 or so breaths, then just drop that right hand back down. I'll stay right here. Now, everybody's going to take that left hand, put it down, take your right foot, step it over, come back into your tabletop. I'm going to turn around again because it's going to be easier when we get to the other side, right? But you guys just stay right where you are. You don't have to move around on the mat like me, right? But we're now going to take that left leg and extend it long. So again, first you just take it, just extend it straight back behind you, press your toes into the ground, keep that heel lifted. Shoulders right over your wrists. Press away from the mat with your hands so that you don't feel like you're dumping into your shoulders, right? We're not trying to strengthen our shoulders here. Your core is going to take most of the work of holding you up. And what we're really trying to do here is open up that left calf. Let's do about 3 more breaths here. that left foot up off the mat. You're going to take it across. Drop those left toes outside your right calf. So you're still pressing the toes into the mat. Right, but the heel's still lifted. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Right, that's what's going to help you keep your balance. Now you can stay right here. Again, if you want to add on a little bit, maybe you take your right hand and open it up, sweep it towards the back of the room. So you're opening up towards the right side of your body. If that feels like too much, right hand comes down. Take that right hand, drop it back down. Now you're going to lift your right foot up, your left foot up, sorry. Come back to your regular tabletop. All right? Now, I said we were going to do upper and lower body today, right? So far we've only done lower. Now we're going to work our upper body a little bit. We're going to start by trying to open up the shoulders. So let me turn around here. You stay where you are. All right? Take your right hand and just reach it up to the sky. Right? And then as you exhale, you're going to dive those right fingertips underneath your left armpit. Let your right shoulder come down to the mat. Now, we're just going to flow a little bit at first just to warm up the shoulders so we can really start to open it up. So as soon as you drop that right shoulder to the ground, keep your left hand where it is, press into that left palm, and just open up again. Take that right hand back up to the sky. And just do that a couple more times. Where you dive the right arm under, and then open it back up. Dive it under, open it up. Do it one more time like that, where you dive it under, and then open it up. And then this time, as you dive it under, now we're going to hold in a full thread the needle. So you've got to let that right shoulder come all the way down. Let the right side of your head come to the ground. Now, you can take your left hand, maybe you reach it forward towards the front of the room. That's going to start to open up your left chest a little bit. Maybe you take that left hand and wrap it around behind your back, opening up the left shoulder a little bit. Either way, your focus here is on your right shoulder. Now, if you want to, you can step out with your left foot, right? It's a little add-on. So you step that left foot out. You can either have it like I do right now, right? Where my left foot is flat on the ground and my left toes are pointed towards the front of the room. Or you can take it, you can rotate it, where you lift that left heel so your left toes point toward your right fingertips, right? Maybe you're here. Maybe you're not adding on that left foot at all. You can keep it, you can keep that left knee in if you want to, right? You can do all the different options. Choose what feels good to you. Let yourself hang out there, right? I put my knee in and I'm wrapping my left hand around my back. It doesn't mean that's what you have to do if you're watching at home or if you're watching here. If something else feels better to you, do it. We're going to stay here for another minute or so. Just really let those shoulders start to open. All right, now from here, you're going to take that left hand wherever it was, bring it back by your face. If you step that left foot out, step it back in, then use your left hand to push yourself up. One more time, you're going to open that right hand up to the sky, and then you're going to drop it back down into tabletop. All right, so let's do all that on the other side. So this time, we're going to start with our left arm. It's going to reach up to the sky, and then you're going to dive those left fingertips underneath your right armpit. Let your left shoulder come down to the ground. And again, we're just going to flow it first. So you're going to press that right hand back into the mat, unload your left arm, and then flow it back under. All right, so just do that a few times, opening up and diving under, opening up and diving under. One more time like this. Dive under, you open up. And the next time that you dive that left arm under, now you're going to hold, right? So again, you want that left shoulder down to the ground. You're letting the left side of your head come to the ground. Maybe that right hand reaches forward here. Maybe it wraps behind your back. Maybe you step out with that right foot. Maybe you keep it in. That right foot can be flat on the ground like mine is right now. You can turn it so that your right toes are pointed towards your left fingertips and your right heel is lifted. Right? You decide wherever you want to be. If you want to do the same thing you did on the other side here, maybe your body needs something different on this side. This is what I was talking about with the body awareness, right? Listen to your body. Let it guide you. Let it tell you where it wants to go. Settle in for another minute or so. Take a couple more breaths here. Take that right hand, wherever it was, right, bring it back by your face. If you step that right foot out, now you step it back in. Use that right hand, push yourself up, open up with your left hand, and then drop it down, back into tabletop. All right, now from here, you're going to let yourself let your hips come to one side or the other, right? And then we're going to swing your legs out straight in front of you. All right, so what we're going to do here first, we're just going to do a basic forward fold, right? That means our legs are extended long. You're going to bring your feet together, sweep your hands up to the sky, turn your palms towards me, and just fold forward. Maybe your fingertips touch your toes, maybe not on your ankles, your shin, your knees. Maybe you want to let them rest on either side of your legs. It's all good. Right? Try to keep your legs soft. You might need to put a little bend in your knees, and that's okay. You want to keep your back flat. The crown of your head might be pointed straight towards the front of the room, might be pointed more up towards the sky or anywhere in between there. Right? But what you don't want to do is tuck your chin to your chest, so your forehead's coming, or the crown of your head is coming towards your legs, right? Just trying to bring your chest as far forward as you can here. You should feel this in your hamstrings, the back of your legs. You're feeling it in your low back. And you want to lift your chest a bit. Maybe you need to put more of a bend in your knees. And take it out of the low back. So you're just feeling it in the legs. You feel it in your low back here. It just means your hamstrings are tight. And you don't want to force your body down so low, because then your back takes over the work you want your hamstrings to do. Right? If you bend your knees all the way even, you'd still be getting that stretch right at that insertion point of your hamstrings and your glutes. And usually when you're feeling this stretch in your low back, instead of in your hamstrings, it means that that's the part that needs the stretch. Right? So don't be afraid to bend your knees if that's what your body's telling you it needs. All right, take about 5 more breaths here. And you're just going to slowly let yourself peel up. All right, now from here, I don't remember how this one goes. Real quick. All right, so now we're going to come to a half butterfly, right? So you're going to keep your right leg extended. Bend into your left knee. Bring the sole of your left foot against your right inner thigh. All right, now from here, you're going to angle towards your right leg. Keep your right hand along your right thigh. And what you want to do here, start to slide down. Your left hand is going to press into your left knee. You're going to slide that right hand down your right leg. Right? So first just see how far down you can go. Keep pressing into that left knee. Kind of take your gaze up over your left shoulder. So maybe your left knee is all the way on the ground. If it's not, you're kind of pressing it down like you're trying to press it closer to the ground. feel your shoulder over them. Look up over your left shoulder as if you're spiraling to the left. Take about 5 more breaths here. Now from here, just let yourself kind of peel up, right? So keep your legs in that position. Now, you can move your left hand off your left knee here. What you want to do here, you want to slide your right hand down. Now, you want to grab your right foot. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm not going to grab my right foot. So it's okay. If that's going to happen, then you're going to bend your knee until you can, right? Maybe you're here. Maybe you can grab it without bending your knee. Maybe you had to bend your knee a lot to grab your foot, right? Depends, right? Now, once you've grabbed that right foot, right, you're going to lift that right foot up off the ground and kick it up to the sky, all right? So maybe you're here, right? You maybe got that huge bend in your right knee, and that's what's letting you do it, right? If you can, kick it straight. You need to balance with your left hand. Your left hand can do whatever it needs to do. Hold here, 5 breaths, push your heel forward, right? You're trying to kick the front of the room. Feel it again, all right? Do that hamstring. Maybe off to the side a little bit, and IT band. 2 more breaths. Now, everybody's going to bend into that right knee. We'll let that right foot come back down to the ground and then slide it out long again. All right, now you're going to stay in that butterfly position. One more little pose here. You're going to take your left hand, sweep it around so it's back behind your left hip. Take your right hand up to the sky. Now you're going to reach your right fingertips over your left shoulder and you're going to look over your left shoulder. If it feels okay, you're going to press into your left palm, your left knee, and your right heel, and you're going to lift your hips up off the mat as you reach those left fingertips, or the right fingertips over your left shoulder. If that feels like too much, then just leave your hips on the ground and just reach. I'm not going to make you stay here for a super long time, but 3 more breaths. And then let your hips come back down. Let your right hand come back down. Turn your torso back towards the front of the room. All right, now we're going to do all that going the other way. So you're going to take your left leg, let it go long. Bend into your right knee. Bring the sole of your right foot against your left inner thigh. All right, so first, you take your left hand to your left thigh. Right hand's going to press into that right knee, right? So if it's not on the ground, you're pressing it towards the ground. If it's already on the ground, just press it more firmly into the ground, right? Slide that left hand along your left leg. And you grab your foot, maybe you're not going down that far. Keep pressing into that left knee. You're looking up over your left, sorry, I have something left. Right. You're pressing into your right knee, you're looking up over your right shoulder. More breaths. Now slowly peel yourself back up. And turn towards your left leg. So here's where we're going to lift the left leg, right? So you want to grab onto that left foot. If you can do it without bending your knee, do that. But if you need to, right, I need to bend it a little bit first, just so I can get a firm grip on it, right? Because now you know, once you've got that grip on the left knee, you're going to take that left foot, you're going to take your left leg, kick it up to the sky. And you can do whatever you want with your right knee here. You can keep right-handed, you can keep pressing into your right knee, or it can be there for balance. You're trying to get that right foot straight. If you have to put a bend in it, that's okay, right? But push that right heel towards the front of the room. Hold here for 5 breaths. Everybody's going to bend back into that left knee. Let your left foot come down. And then extend it long again, so we're back in that half butterfly position. Right now we're going to do that mermaid lift here. So you're going to sweep your right hand around, so your right hand is back behind your right hip. You're taking that left hand up to the sky. Your left fingertips are going to reach up and over your right shoulder. Now, you can press into your right palm and your right knee and your left heel and lift your hips off the ground while you do this. Or, if that feels like too much, keep them down. So keep that right shoulder right over your right wrist. You're not reaching. You're just pushing that right palm away. 2 more breaths. And if you lifted your hips, let them come back down. Untwist, come back around towards the center. Right now, you take that right leg, extend it out long. Now from here, we're going to come to our belly, right? Because I told you guys here, we're going to do lower body, then upper body. So we're going to do some upper body right now. Now, I'm going to come face towards the camera because I think it's going to be easiest for you guys to see what I'm doing. But I'm going to lay on my belly, and I'm going to take my arms out to a T. Right? Now, what you're going to do from here, right, you're going to take your left arm, reach it straight in front of you, and then bend into that right elbow. I want you to take your right arm, you're going to slide your right fingertips underneath your left armpit. Start to take that right arm across towards the left side of the room. Right? Once you've got that going on, take your left hand, now you're going to start to walk it across towards the right side of the room. So you made this little X with your hands. Your left fingertips are reaching to the right, your right fingertips are reaching to the left, the way I have you right now. Your left arm's on top. Let yourself relax down. Maybe put your chin on that little X, or maybe you tuck your chin if you've got that space. Let your forehead drop down. If I do that, my nose is shoved in my armpits and it doesn't seem so great. But depending on your body configuration, that might be better. So you're going to hold here for a minute or so. Now, you're going to feel this more intensely in one shoulder than the other. Right? I always tell people, like, by the book with this pose, they say that your bottom shoulder is going to feel it more. But I find that for half the people, maybe more, right? You find that whether your one shoulder is on the top or the bottom, that's the one that feels it more intensely both times, your tighter shoulder. So just something to pay attention to, like I was talking about before, building that body awareness. Which one do you feel it more intensely in here? Note if it's the same when we get to the other side. I'll tell you something about your bodies, your shoulders. About 4 more breaths here. Right now, when we're ready to come out of this, lift your head, take your top arm, that's your left right now, right? Start to walk it slowly back towards the front of the room. Then you can slide that right arm out from underneath you. Take both arms out to that T, just for a breath, right? Let one ear or the other come to the ground. And then lift your head up, and let's switch sides. So this time we're going to walk that right arm straight in front of us. And you're going to bend into your left elbow, so you can slide those left fingertips underneath your right armpit. Start to reach those left fingertips towards the right side of the room. Once that's happening, move that right hand over towards the left side of the room. So make that little X with your arms and let yourself relax into it. Again, like I talked about before, this is just your chance to kind of notice. Are you feeling it in the bottom shoulder more each time? Are you feeling it in the top shoulder more each time? Are you feeling it in the same shoulder more intensely each time? Usually when I do this, I feel it more intensely in my left shoulder. Whether my left shoulder is on the top and the bottom. So I would definitely say I felt it on my right shoulder more when my right shoulder is on the bottom, but now that my left shoulder is on the bottom, I'm feeling it more on the left. More breaths. from here, you're going to take that right hand, walk it more forward towards the front of the room. Then unthread that left hand, take both arms out to that T, whichever area you didn't have on the ground before, put that other ear on the ground. Just let yourself rest here. Your arms out long, just a couple breaths. And when you're ready, turn your head back towards the front of the mat. Bring your hands to your chest. All right, we're going to push up into tabletop. All right, now, as you come into your tabletop, right, we're going to come into a down dog, but not for very long, right? Just for a few breaths. So. All right, so tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back. All right, and once you get into down dog, I want you to shorten up your stance. So walk your feet in closer so you can feel your heels on the ground and really push back with your arms. So instead of like a regular down dog where we feel like we feel a lot of pressure in the arms, you should feel that opening in your legs as your heels press down, pushing back so that most of your body weight comes into your legs. About 4 more breaths here. Now from here, you're just going to walk your hands back to your feet. All right, so we're going to end up in a basic standing forward fold. Okay, now once you get there, okay, see if you can take your opposite hands to your opposite elbow. So grab your right elbow with your left hand, your left elbow with your right hand. Let the crown of your head go right towards your forearms. And just let yourself sway from side to side. So we're just dangling here. All right, I want you guys to stay here, dangle. 5 more breaths. From here, let your hands come to the tops of your feet. And we're just going to slowly ragdoll ourselves all the way up to standing. All right, so now we're going to do some stuff with the wall, right? So I want you to have a block. Everybody in here has a block, right? If you're at home, grab a block. If you don't have a block, right, then just use like a big book or just something that you can step on, right, that you can put your body weight on that's not too high. Maybe it's a blanket or a stack of towels, something like that. All right, so we're going to come to the wall. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to see me. I'm going to come back here. All right, now I'm going to stand with my left shoulder against the wall. I'm taking the block, right? The block is going to go, and I'm going to step my left foot on the block, right? So you're going to step up on the block with your left foot. So you want it to be a little bit further away from the wall. So Eric, don't put it all the way up against the wall. Just right here, because I'm right there. Right, so you're going to step up on the block. Right now, I always say this, right? If the block is smaller than your foot, then you want your toes to hang off. You want your heel to be on the block. If the block is bigger than your foot, then just put your whole foot on it, right? Make sure your heel is on the block. Step up on the block, right? So you'll notice, right, I need to be a little bit further away. So I can kind of lean into the wall, and my left foot's in the block, and my right foot's just dangling there. That's all. Just move back and forth. Yeah, we've done this before. It's been a while. All right, now bring that right foot to a stop, right? So it's right alongside your left. And then think about your right hip. Really pull it against the wall with that left shoulder, so it's not like a total balance pose, right? Left thigh while resting. And then just a little bend into your left knee. Let your right foot step all the way down. Take your left foot off block out. We're going to go to the other side, so we're going to kind of walk around. Notice as you step, right? Notice how your body feels different, right? Look at that left hip kind of feels a little heavier. And we're going to even it out now. So now we're going to do the same thing. So I just turned my body, so now my right shoulder is closer to the wall. I'm going to bring my right foot up on the block. And then I'm going to lean into the wall with my right shoulder. So first, as you pick that left foot up off the ground, swing. I'm not trying to get higher or anything here. Oh, we can move a little bit, so it moves. Now, come just off that leg, right? And now, I'm going to take that left hip, pull it up. Press that right foot into the block, lift up like you're trying to pull the bottom of that left foot up even with your right foot. Hold there, 5 more breaths. And then you're going to bend into your right knee. Step all the way back down. All right, now move that block off to the side for a second. Now what we're going to do here, right? Hopefully everybody at home can still see me. Right? We're going to turn ourselves towards the wall, right? Doing it on my butt. It's okay. All right. Put your hands into the wall, right at about shoulder level. Now what you want to do here, you're going to take your right foot and just press your right toes into the wall. Into the ball of your foot. And then maybe you take a little step back with that left foot. Maybe you take a little step in with your left foot. Right? Trying to push yourself toward the wall. You want to feel this in your right calf. You guys feel that? Hopefully. Take 5 breaths here. It's always a good stretch to do if you get tightness in your calves. If you're a runner or a bicycler or a big walker. Yeah. All right, now with that foot, come back. Now we're going to switch, right? So you're just going to take that left heel, from the ball of the left foot into the wall, left heel to the ground, and lean forward. You need to step your right foot further back. You need to step it closer in. Pressing those left toes in. Chest comes towards the wall. Right, now let that left foot come down. Alright, now, we haven't done this in a while, but again, we used to do it a lot. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to turn with your right hip towards the wall. Alright? You're going to take your right hand straight out behind you. Right? And then you're going to lean into the wall. So you've got that pull. So your chest should be facing right, away from your right arm. That right arm's coming straight to your shoulder blade, right? So we call this like the 1 o'clock of the 3 o'clock position, now I can't remember. Or 3 or 9, who knows? The shoulder's going straight out. Now, the more you turn your left shoulder out, the more you're going to feel it in your right arm. Just put your hold here. Right? You decide how far out you want to push. Don't let your shoulder come away from the wall. You're going to keep pushing your right shoulder into the wall. There you go. You turn back more towards thing here, you're gonna stay where you are, but you're gonna move your arm. So if it's at 3 o'clock, we're gonna move it up to 2 o'clock, right? So with that shoulder pressing in, to me this is the hardest one. Maybe the other one was harder for you. Again, the more you peel that left shoulder over, the more you peel it, so you don't want your right shoulder to come away from the wall. Alright, last thing here, you're going to move it up. Now move it up to 1 o'clock. Not all the way above your head. It's a higher angle. Few more breaths. Now, move that right arm back to 3 o'clock, right? And then from there, here's what you're going to do. And once it's back in that 3 o'clock position, turn your torso back towards the wall. So take in, keep your arm nice and big as you come out of it. Let that right arm come down. Now you got to do all that going the other way. So turn now with your left hip on the wall. And then take your left arm straight out behind you. Press that left shoulder again in the space to see.
The window.
You can go back more towards the air, that's fine. Stay right there, no press. From here, we're going to move that left hand up. Maybe it's 10 o'clock here. So 10 o'clock here. Okay, keep that right shoulder in, or sorry, left shoulder into the wall. And if you feel that right shoulder open a little more, you're going to feel it a little bit more. It's like this position is hard for me. I feel like more than enough. I'm going to add that little extra into it. Go for it. Last thing here, now we're going to move it up to 11 o'clock. Two more breaths. And walk that hand back to the 9 o'clock. And from there, turn yourself in towards the wall. Now, alright. Okay. We're going to make our way back to the mats. Finish off here. Right? If you want to come back to this wall space later, we'll get to Shavasana if you can. And right now, we're going to lay down on our back, on our mat. Hug your knees all the way into your chest. And just rock a little bit from side to side. Press that sacrum to the mat, massaging your spine a little bit. We're going to take one final twist here. And so you're going to let both arms go out long in a T position with your palms face down, and just let your knees go over to the right. Your chin and gaze go to the left. If you want to take that right hand and press your knees closer to the ground, do that. If you're needing a little more in your twist, maybe you want to extend your right legs so that your toes go towards your both sets of toes go towards your right fingertips. After flip side one. Either way, your gaze is going over your left shoulder, you're keeping that left shoulder anchored to the ground. On your next inhale, pull your knees back up to center, keep your arms out, set T. This time, you're going to drop your knees to the left. Keep your chin and your gaze over your right shoulder. Maybe you want to press down on those knees with your left hand. Maybe you want to extend your toes toward your left fingertips. Maybe you just want to stay where you are. All good. Let's finish off with this twist. It seals off the practice. Let our bodies remember what they did today. Next time we can practice, everything's a little easier. We're able to get into all the poses a little bit deeper. Now, as you inhale here, bring your knees back to center. Give them one final hug into your chest. And let's set up for our final pose, our Shavasana. You're going to let your legs extend long. Take your hands to your sides, palms face down. Right, that's your traditional Shavasana, flat on your back. If traditional Shavasana is not comfortable to you, don't stay there. You always bend your knees. Right, feel it in your knees. Fall in against each other as your feet come wide. That takes pressure off your low back. So you want to go to that reclining butterfly, bring the soles of your feet together. You just need to roll to your side. Find somewhere to be where you're perfectly comfortable, where you're going to be able to stay perfectly still, and as always, most importantly, where your mind is going to go perfectly quiet. I'm going to push myself up here to seated. You guys stay where you are in your comfortable place. If you have a towel or a shirt or something, throw it over your eyes. If not, just close your eyes. Let your breath take you to that true quiet of the mind. Like I was saying, there's no need to control the breath, especially now. You're going to let that breath go completely. As you release control of the breath, keep your full focus right there. Keep noticing the breath. Keep observing the breath. The breath keep taking over. And you master that, right? Releasing all that control. Keeping the complete focus of the breath. The breath will take you right to a place where there's nothing left in your mind but you and your breath. When you get there, that's your true quiet of the mind. Slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling that increased sensation that come to the quiet mind. You want to here, right, take your arms overhead, do a nice full deep body stretch. And from there, let yourself roll over onto your right side in fetal position. Take a few breaths there. Just reacclimate to our space. The sights and the sounds of the room come back to you. Take as long as you need right there. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, push yourself up to seated. And we will close here. Alright, so we're going to close just with 2 Bhamari breaths and then an Om. Bhamari breath, we inhale, so we exhale, make that little humming sound in the back of the throat. And the Om is the universal syllable where we use all parts of the throat. You can join me in the breath, so you can just listen. Let's close our eyes here. We're going to inhale together. Inhaling again. Then we're going to inhale one final time and Let your eyes drift open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this evening. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right. Thank you for joining me tonight, whether you're in the studio or watching at home. I'll be back on Saturday for some slow flow, and then I'm here on Sunday for some gentle, so you can come join me for either of those. Seema will be here tomorrow morning for some Bollywood, so come dance with her, and I will see you guys all Saturday. Bye. Watch Kelly.